reading the move. There's Grimes. 3 players left of him for United. Now 4. Oh, and he's got it! Well, he'll celebrate that for some time.
McElroy. Macari ran into Tyson, then McElroy's cross. Grimes!
Did it usually bounce off your perm?
That wasn't a perm, that was natural calls. Kevin Keegan's was a perm. There was a big difference between Keegan's and mine.
Now Robson. And here's Moses. And it's reaching Grimes. Manchester United lead. Ashley Grimes.
I think Billy Bean was an exceptional scout. I think he was a good spotter of talent. And I think he really created the bond between United and Bohemians, and probably United and the teams around Dublin.
I must admit, I've got to give all the credit there to Billy Bean, who was at the time was the chief scout for Manchester United in Dublin, or in the south of Ireland really. And it was while I was playing with Pegasus, which is a postgraduate team of UCD. But to be honest with you, at that time, my main concentration at the time was on Gaelic football and not soccer. So I didn't think much would come of it.
Not a Kerry man has touched the ball yet, amazingly. Bernard Logan, Morden, and a shot that's gone wide.
Kevin was regarded as one of Ireland's 3 greatest ever footballers, Gaelic that is. Mind you, he was up there with the best in the English game.
One for Blissett to chase. Moran with him, Jenkins going far post. Moran got in the tackle for the corner.
In from Robson. And that's Stapleton. And that's Moran. United go in front.
Coming from Gaelic football, I had a lot to learn as well, and especially in the early years of, of protecting myself and how to go up. It's only when you see players now, centre-backs going up as well, they go up a little bit more with their elbows, with centre-forwards as well. And I suppose in some ways, because of the position I played in as a centre-back, I was quite small.
Kevin Moran in the wars again.
Kevin will always be remembered for his bravery, a record number of stitches, and alas, another notorious record, the Wembley red card.
Hughes. Olsen. Seeing what can pop up on the other side for him. McGrath. Oh, intercepted by Reid. And brought down with a desperate challenge by Kevin Moran. Into the book. Suddenly Everton looked to have 3 up. And only one United player was back. It was Kevin Moran, and it was a desperate challenge there on Peter Reid. And that produced the booking. Oh, he sent him off. He sent Moran off. I don't think it's any good him arguing, but Moran's been sent off.
At the end of the day, the key thing for me was that United won the game. Now, if we'd lost the game, I could have well looked back on that and blamed myself because I got sent off. But fortunately, we won it, so I felt no recriminations towards myself in any way. And I must admit, I joined in the celebrations as if I'd never been sent off, and it was no different from any other player.
He feels as close to tears as anybody can without actually showing them.
I must admit there was a great outpouring of sympathy for me, and that was very much manifested in the homecoming. We had a great reception in the town square, and I had a fantastic reception from the crowd. And in some ways I look back on that and I think, Norman Whiteside scored possibly one of the greatest goals at Wembley, and almost the following day it was nearly a lot overshadowed by Kevin Moran being sent off, really, But no, I must admit, it was great to have won.
Man United were always the favourite club in Dublin, certainly where I came from. I went over straight from school and had a trial there. Ironically, I was at United first on trial, but they didn't commit themselves. They given me an apprenticeship, so I went to Arsenal. My contract was up and I was renegotiating with the club. And I got a phone call to say that Ron Atkinson wanted to speak to me, which he was quite entitled to. The chance to come to my boyhood club, as well as the opportunity that was there for me. Taking the whole package in, it was a better deal for me, and I went to Manchester United.
Birtles, good possession here by Manchester United. And put to the defence as Stapleton puts them into the lead.
Now Whiteside. Away from Cowns, this is Stapleton. What a beautiful goal by Frank Stapleton. Stapleton. With Whiteside's header, Brian Robson is underneath it. And he's put Stapleton away. What a brilliant finish by Frank Stapleton.
Nice play here. McQueen's popped into the penalty area too. Here's Stapleton. Good shot! Oh, great effort.
Stapleton! But he beats Kevin Bond, he got in front of him. And the ball just beat the left hand of Joe Corrigan.
Robson. Stapleton on his way. Brilliant goal!
And Stapleton was arriving there, and my word, that's a good header. A classic Frank Stapleton goal.
I remember Paul being a great centre-half, and one of the best centre-halves that's ever come to League of Ireland football. Well, he had everything a centre-half would have. He had the height, he had the ability, he had the brain, he had a great pass for a ball. And Paul McGrath only played one season here in this club. At the end of that season, he went away to Manchester United.
Hogg already forward, and Moran appearing too in the area. And here's Moran. Punched by the goalkeeper, who's out of his ground. And McGrath gets his first goal for United.
Big Paul, I've got to say, brilliant centre-half. I mean, he was so, even if he was caught out of position, which wasn't very often, he had the ability, the pace to get back at people. Just when you thought they were going to score, he could always just get his legs in the way or hook it out. He was an athlete, Big Paul, absolutely, just cruised, you know.
Whiteside. McGrath saw it early. Good pace, good control. Or was it? Yes, it was. It was bouncing horribly for him. And Ron Atkinson on his feet on the touchline as he knows his side had gone through.
There's only one Paul McGrath, that was all. You could have 11 players. There's only one Paul McGrath. That's all.
There's a lot more than one supporters club, over 70 in Ireland.
People just see the football they play, just follow it.
There's no other team as good as them. And there's been a lot of Irish players playing for United as well.
I got a small present from my late father when I was 7 years of age for Man United, and I've been following them ever since.
Neil was named after Neil Webb. And Victoria here is just, she's named after Victory, aren't you, Victoria? It worked out nicely.
They're simply the best.
And so to the north, Belfast, which builds footballers like Haaland and Wolf, build ships. It may be an area of deep divides, but Manchester United unites people. Football's the only religion that matters in one special Falls Road bar.
Well, we actually opened here about 2.5 years ago, so we did the first theme bar ever to be made of Manchester United. We actually have guys who come in who are from the other side of the community, and during big matches like the likes of Liverpool, we would have Liverpool men in, Spurs men in. As you can see, if you look around the bar at the minute, you see different types of shirts and things, but we don't care, and it's just a game, it's football, and at the end of the day, it's football, and that's what we care about.
Anybody could come into this bar. It's just, I mean, it's a football bar. It's about Man United supporters, you know. It's not, there's no religion in football, you know. It's just Manchester United. I started supporting United roughly when I was about 10. It was actually an old thing between the brother. He started supporting Liverpool, so I had to be against him, you know. So it's from about 10 years of age. When I was about 7 years of age, my brother, he gave me a poster of Stevie Coppell, and from then on, you know, I remember putting the poster up, and ever since then, I've just been United mad, you know.
Football's original pin-up boy, George Best, was the most famous discovery of Busby's Man in the North. Bob Bishop, who sent talented players from Northern Ireland over the sea for 4 decades.
Bob was a legend, without a question of doubt. You used to see him cap and see him coat, and he was a real character. he must have smoked 100 cigarettes a day, you know. But there was, once he was at the game, everybody knew. I mean, especially the kids playing. I'm sure they would try to do their best when he was there.
The trailblazing post-war Northern Ireland international was Jackie Blanchflower, an early Busby Babe, who famously kept goal in the 1957 FA Cup final when Ray Wood was injured. Jackie was a footballing artist whose career was sadly cut short by the Munich disaster. Harry Gregg was a record signing for a goalkeeper from Doncaster.
I joined us as a top player myself, but I'd moved into the Hollywood of football. They were a very, very young side, and they were free spirits from my point of view, the way they played, and the public attached themselves to them. But then Munich happened.
As everything was in blackness, and I couldn't understand this, and I thought I was dead. And I thought, well, I must be in hell because everything's black. I heard a child cry inside what was left of the aircraft, and I think this brought me to my senses.
Harry was hailed as a reluctant hero after helping to rescue a mother and child from the wrecked plane. On the field, he was renowned for his shovel-sized hands.
Now it's a lovely one. Back now to Gilzine. And Saul. Oh, a fine save out here. Brilliant goalkeeping. Gilzine. That's the way to do it. And almost catching Gregg by surprise.
Basovic. And a wonderful save by Gregg. A magnificent save.
George Best at his brilliant best.
The rare green spaces of the Craigie Road estate in East Belfast. George Best's Field of Dreams.
The talent he had was unbelievable. You would always worry, was he going to get strong enough? And was he going to get tall enough? But outstanding ability, special.
When I played in the A and B teams at the Cliff, I always scored lots of goals. And I was doing basically the same things that I've been doing when I was kicking a ball around the streets of Belfast. And just going out and enjoying myself.
Oh yes, I remember when I first came to the club, seeing George playing in a youth match at Old Trafford and going to Jack Crompton after the game. I said, I can't believe that young lad, George Best. Am I saying that? Is he as good as that? And Jack just looked at me and laughed and says, yes, Pat, but we all know about it, but nobody's saying anything about him.
I believe I was born with something that, you know, a lot of people work for years and years and never achieve. I was very fortunate. I worked hard at improving certain aspects, but I was born with a gift, so I tried to use it to the best of my ability.
Best with McCready, and McCready's made a pass, and it's a magnificent goal! Best, what a magnificent goal! Charlton to Best. Third and Law in the middle. Charlton lurking on the penalty area. There's Law, and it's 3-0! Beautiful goal by Law. And Manchester United just carving this Arsenal team apart. Here comes Best again. What a player this boy is. He's got another. What a player.
Best. And Law! Well, Law got the touch over the Best scored, and I think Best.
Burns making a run. Now Hurd. Good dummy, has Best up in front of him. This is Best. Wriggling out space. What a fine save! What a fine shot, Georgie Best!
And he's weaving and dribbling over to the far side, he's weaving and dribbling back. And he came so close to me, and I said, George, you greedy little... What a fantastic goal that was, George. Because instantly, as soon as I said that, he smashed the ball into the top corner, and I'm thinking, well, what am I calling him for, you know?
Styles trying to work a position. Best gets